and you know, that's not going to be possible. You know, because I have been a member of the party before, and when I joined the party in 1992, the kind of leadership that I saw, the kind of political activities and the conversations, the discussions that I was privileged to, as it were, you know, to listen into. If you see how we started the party in 1992, and how the values and the principles of the party were made to, as it were, made to be seen in the way things were done in the party. And if you compare it to what is happening now in MPP, I said this somewhere, that if I had fallen into a coma at a point in time, and I just got up, and somebody just told me this is MPP. I mean, to this MPP is MPP. I would have challenged because the MPP we knew, we joined, is significantly different from the MPP we have now. I mean, the party has lost its values and principles. And let me tell you something interesting. I was the youth organizer of MPP prior to 2007 Legon Congress, and I was one of the leading campaigners for Allen in Central Region. And Kwame Duncan was the leader, or was the one leading the Akufo's campaign in Central Region, and he was the regional secretary at that time. And Kofi Kumsin of Chronicle was a friend, and Kofi at that time was supporting Osofo Maafo. So Kofi came when we were selecting the 10 people to vote, and in those days only 10 people would vote from a constituency. Kofi was there when we were doing the process of selecting the 10, and he was trying to, you know, influence things. So I teased him by sending him a text message that, Kofi, no matter what you do, Alan will get all the 10 votes from Cape Coast. Listen to this. Kofi Kumsin published that text message on the front page of Chronicle because he was not happy with me. He published it on the front page of Chronicle, and on the basis of that publication, Kwame Duncan and Co. suspended me. That I was a party executive member, and I had openly supported a candidate. A text message to a friend, which was published. It was not published by me. The friend published it. On the basis of that text message, I was suspended. Because why? The reason was that I was an executive member of the party, and I was not supposed to show my affiliation or support, openly support any of the candidates. Today, MPP, to me, Ablon here, name them, all of them, openly supporting a candidate. Openly supporting a candidate, and nothing is being done to them. That is the distinction I want to draw between the MPP of yesterday and MPP of today. I mean, you could see that, as my brother himself said, the party is at a crossroads. To the extent that a practice or system or whatever you want to call it, that has given you political power twice. In your party, you go for polling station elections. You get people who manage the party at the polling station level, because elections are won and lost at the polling station. Then from the polling station, you get to your constituency. Now they've even included electoral areas. So you go to electoral area, you go to constituency, you go to region, and you come to national. And after you have selected your national executives, which means the vehicle with which you are going for the context is ready, it's prepared already. Then you look for a driver who will be driving that vehicle. But now you have turned the thing upside down, to the extent that people, for the first time, constituency executives, polling station executives will be voting for presidential candidates twice, isn't it? So within one electoral cycle, people are voting twice, which has never been the case in MPP. Because you need to finish the process before you select a candidate. But this one, and as Mr. Adanimo said, even before the decision was taken by the National Council, Dr. Bawumia was in London having a meeting with the party people, and he said that is what is going to be done, and that is exactly what was done. That we will do the presidential primary first before we consider, any elections in the party itself, and that is what has been done. And I've said it. The fact that other candidates sat down for that thing to be done, clearly this election is skewed in favor of one particular person. Everything is being done to favor that person. The same thing was done in 2007. After the 2007 and the now lost in 2008, they tampered with the party constitution. That is when they introduced superdelegate system. All those things were done to favor the Akufo-Addo. And what they did was that when they had done all that, they made sure, they said to themselves, and they said it publicly, that until Nana becomes president, no other person will become president. Now, are we not hearing the same thing from what Wuntumi said, that until Bawumia becomes president, no other person will become president? So they are using the same playbook that Nana used to get hold of the party, to manipulate the party till he became president. And Bawumia is using the same playbook. And I'm surprised the other candidates are not seeing through these machinations and all that. So, yes, I have said it that the National Council of the party, which is being headed by Mr. Ahmad, it's not helping the party. In fact, the National Council of the party has now become the problem of the party, because all the decisions they've been taking in respect of this presidential thing is not something that is going to inure to the benefit of the party. In the end, it's going to rather destroy the party. Because if you hear the kind of things that are going on, and the fact that they're not able to crack the whip, when people openly go against the constitution of the party. Now, you have a party that has issued, if you like, code of conduct, that no executive of the party should openly support a candidate. And the very executives who issued that statement sat down and received money from youth organizers of the party coming to buy a form for a candidate. I mean, think about it. You said no executive of the party should openly support a candidate. Yet youth organizers of the party, who are executives of the party, came to you and said, we are buying a form for Dr. Bawumia. And you received the money, you gave them the form. What kind of party is this? I mean, what kind of party is this? That's what I'm saying, that this MPP is not the MPP all of us. I mean, I have said it and I want to repeat it here. If today NDC and today MPP were the parties there in 1992, I would have joined NDC. Because NDC has progressed in terms of values and principles, whereas MPP has retrogressed in terms of the same thing, like principles and the values that underpin its formation. So you could clearly see that if care is not taken, the party cannot be recognized after the January elections. Because if you look at the kind of insult, the kind of things that are happening in the party, people are contesting, knowing that the process is being skewed in favor of one particular candidate. And so, Kobe said something. He said the only condition that will make reconciliation possible is when people see the process to be fair. From the word go, the process there's no fairness in the process. From the word go, there's no fairness in the process. Obviously, it is being skewed in favor of one particular candidate. So it's starting some of us, our hearts, that the party that we were once executive members of the party, today you see the party and it doesn't resemble the MPP that we helped to nurture from 1992 to President Kufuor's time. In fact, Nana Akufo-Addo, after taking over MPP, I think the party started having problems when Nana Akufo-Addo took over the MPP. And he has handed over the baton to Bawumia. They are saying that he is not supporting Bawumia. It's a lie. were we not in this country when Gabriel Chilako said he has stopped domestic politics? Why has he come back? He said before the elections, he said he has stopped domestic politics. What was he doing? They wanted to make Bawumia appear to be his own man. Are you getting it? And so now they are saying that the Bawumia and Nado are not they are not in talking terms, or they are not on talking terms. And my brother, Nado is still behind Bawumia, except that now they want to do it subtly in a way that people will not link the two together, because they know Nado has got some baggage. That baggage is still there, and if they associate Nado with Bawumia will still be, having that baggage. So yes, and one thing that is sickening, which all of us must condemn as Ghanaians, is the fact that to even attempt, or attempt to be the leader of the party, you have to pay 4.6 million Ghana cedis. In today's MPP, 4.6 million Ghana cedis is what you are required to pay to be able to appear on the ballot paper of the MPP. And the reason why I say we need to condemn it as a nation is that some of these things would end up leading to corruption. Because once politics becomes transactional and people will have to pay to be able to lead the party, can you imagine when they eventually become leaders of the party and they become president of the states? Of course, they will have to find a way to recoup all the money they are spending. I think our democracy is becoming more expensive, and the state must have control over what happens in political parties' internal processes. Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, one of such people would eventually become the president of this country, or the leader of this country. And so if we don't check and we allow them to be charging this exorbitant fees, they said the 4 million is for development fee. Party that just left office about 8 months ago, you are saying that you are taking 4 million from your people for development fee. Can you imagine that? And so in MPP now, no matter how brilliant you are, no matter how intelligent you are, if you don't have money, you can't lead the party. And that is the extent MPP is going down the drain, or going down the ditch. That all the intelligent guys, I know some persons who wanted to contest, apart from Mr. Adenimo, who openly said he was not going to contest because of the money issue. There were others who had interest to contest, but because of the money, they had to back out, because they can't afford to do that. And it doesn't make sense. We are destroying, with some of this behavior, we are destroying our democracy. We are making our democracy more expensive at the expense of our development. Because when they come, they will have to find a way to recoup the money they spend. And where would they get the money from? They get it from taxpayers, or the money we borrow from outside. That is what they use to pay back some of this money they get to do their elections. So yes, I know it's a done deal. I know Ken has good intentions. I like Ken for one reason. Sometimes he says things as they are. I know on the street people like him, but it's not about on the street. It's not about what is on the streets. It's about what those at the top, what they've planned to do, or what they've decided to do already. And they've done everything just to favor Dr. Bawumia to be the leader of the party. And that is quite unfortunate. I've said it. If you read the Bible somewhere, it said, now in MPP now, unfortunately, the princes are walking on the ground while the servants are riding on horses. Everything is being done to favor. Someone who just joined the party in 2008, those who were there in 1992 are being treated as though they are aliens in the party. And that is quite unfortunate. I wish them well. Whoever they elect cannot be better than Mr. Alan Chamantin. Our political party is coming out very soon, and we hope and pray that Mr. Alan Chamantin will be the leader of the party into the 2028 elections. And I'm saying that if you line all of them up against Mr. Alan Chamantin, Alan is better than all of them in terms of character, in terms of competence, in terms of credibility, in terms of delivery, track record. Alan has it more than all of them. So I really don't see any of them standing the chance of winning the 2018 elections. And it's quite unfortunate that a party that mismanaged Ghana's economy, destroyed everything, look at the corruption issues that are coming up. They are saying that they are coming back in 2028. As if Ghanaians will soon forget about their misdeeds and misgovernance and give them another chance. I think that from the way things are going, they would rather have to prepare their party well, organize their party well for future elections beyond 2028. If they're able to do that, it will help them, rather than saying that if they bring Bawumia, he will be able to win because all other political parties will bring fresh faces, and he will be someone who had been on the ballot before, so that he's going to win, and it's not going to be possible given the kind of economy they handed to this government, given the kind of corruption issues going on in this country, and how they opened the floodgate for Galamsey to get to the level it got to before they exited. I mean, I don't think Ghanaians will give them that opportunity to come back in 2028. So yes, we are also around, and as I said, our political party, very soon this week we will announce the name of our political party, and we begin the activities, and we will compete effectively. And I want to assure Ghanaians, we are going to be a very responsible political party. We are going to be responsible opposition. At any point in time, we will be providing alternative prescriptions and solutions to the problems confronting this country. And we believe that when the time gets, when we get that to a point where Ghanaians realize that there's the need for change, instead of going to the MPP, they will come to us. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Finally, I have a date. I've been asking Solo for a date for many years. No, I say many months. He's been promising that they will have a new political party. I'm asking him when. Okay, so we'll be watching this week. That's the coming week.
Yeah. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, one of the days.
Those are too many days to come.